Have you ever considered how safe your workplace truly is? In the bustling world we live in, workplace violence might not be the first thing that springs to mind when you think about job safety. Yet, it's an issue that impacts countless individuals globally, often with devastating consequences. Take the case of Jane, a well-respected nurse at a busy city hospital. One day, she found herself at the receiving end of a violent outburst from a patient's relative who was frustrated with the waiting times. The incident left her physically injured and mentally scarred, forcing her to take time off work. Or consider the story of David, a manager at a retail store. He was subjected to ongoing verbal abuse and intimidation by a co-worker who was unhappy about David's promotion. This psychological violence took on David's health, leading to stress-related issues and a drop in his productivity. These are just two examples that highlight the reality of workplace violence. It can take many forms, from physical attacks, as in Jane's case, to psychological abuse, as David experienced. It's essential to recognize that violence isn't always visible. It can be subtle and covert, like sexual harassment, or even cyberbullying, especially in this digital age. Like and follow for more information on workplace safety. Workplace violence can also be external. A prime example is Thomas, a bank employee who endured a traumatic experience when his workplace was targeted in a robbery. Despite not being directly assaulted, the incident left him with lingering anxiety and fear. Let's not forget about the case of Emily, a customer service representative who faced consistent violent threats from disgruntled customers. This verbal and psychological abuse impacted her mental health and overall well-being. Now, let's distill these stories into the main forms of workplace violence. First, there's physical violence, which may involve harm or threat to one's safety. Then there's psychological violence, which includes verbal abuse, intimidation, and bullying. Sexual harassment is another form of violence, often subtle and insidious. Lastly, there's external violence, typically involving criminal activity or actions from outside the workplace. Like and follow for more information on workplace safety. Recognizing these different forms of workplace violence is the first step towards prevention and intervention. It's about creating a safe, respectful environment where everyone can work without fear. It's about establishing clear policies and procedures to address and prevent incidents of violence. And most importantly, about supporting victims and ensuring they have access to the help and resources they need. Remember, workplace safety isn't just about physical hazards. It's about fostering a culture of respect and dignity where violence in any form is not tolerated. It's about time we change the narrative around workplace violence, shining a light on this often overlooked issue and taking active steps to ensure everyone can work in peace. Like and follow for more information on workplace safety.